What the? Is that a owl? Curse you, old school adventure game. Uh-huh. 1555 cheater.
LucasArts Games hint line.
Yeah, I'm stuck in the Dinky Island jungle in Monkey Island 2. So what do I do next?
Sir, are you playing Classic Monkey or New and Improved Monkey?
Classic Monkey?
Sir, there's a button for that.
Of course there is.
Thank you for calling LucasArts hint line. We hope your call was enjoyable.
Wow. So that's what an evil zombie pirate hellbent on my destruction looks like. Wait, what? Change it back! Change it back! Change it back!
No, jail is now faking. Now we have audio.
Thank you, sir.
All right, shall we try this again? Take two.
Yes. Hi,
Deck is
welcome
screaming,
back.
audio!
Yeah, exactly. Welcome back, everybody, for more Monkey Island 2 with Rampancy.net. I'm Nargajan.
And I'm Blackstar, still.
And I'm Jail.
Yes,
Again.
and here we are continuing our lovely, exciting adventures of Monkey Island 2, LeChuck's Revenge after the Armageddon. And Decca saying, yes, no voice. Oh, now we're better. Thank you. Thank you, Decca.
Yes.
Yeah, see, we would not be on our technical toes if it were not for question
I was
Decca. So
looking
thanks again.
for that. I was looking for that problem to exist. I'm still not sure why it exists, but I was looking for
My
it.
guess is it's a button. But we found the button. Now it's working. And yeah, Narc, now you said before we actually went live, you weren't sure if we actually had the save that we were looking for. I was terribly afraid that we were missing that.
I wasn't sure if I had all the map pieces, but looking in the inventory here, map piece.
We appear
map
two.
Piece with hand, that's 2. Map piece, that's 3. Map piece is 4.
Too bad we
So we
can't
should
organize
have all
these.
the map pieces.
Okay.
Now we are about to head into a point of no return where
Yeesh.
all the current locations that we have access to. I'll go to Dred's map.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, so we have access currently to Fat Booty Scab Islands. But we're going to leave this area now that we have the map to go to Dinky Island. And once we enter that phase of the game, we will not be returning to these in any meaningful sense. I was kind of hoping Leah, I think, can't be here today, but I was hoping that she would be, because I was thinking if there were any funny interactions or Easter eggs that we had missed up until this point, now is basically our last chance to get them.
Should we consult a book of armaments?
Well, the only thing, the Book of Armaments won't tell us what we haven't shown on the stream. That's the problem. Now, I can take one last look at the poster, which will list all of our crimes.
Wanted, Guybrush Threepwood, for the murder of G.P. LeChuck. Also for the use of witchcraft on the person of Largo Legrand, the thievery of clothing and medically prescribed hair supplements for such witchcraft, grave robbing, trespassing, larceny without a permit, disturbing the peace, illegal gambling on a sporting event, use of falsified identification for the purchase of alcohol, exceeding allowable FDA limit for rodent parts in Vichyssoise, premature entombment of a non-dead individual, reckless tampering with city-maintained plumbing without prior acquisition of an environmental impact report, transportation of animals not in a mental state to give consent, vandalizing a historical miniature, reckless use of gardening tools, impersonating a woman in order to evade prosecution, 2 counts of unauthorized exiting from a penal institution, impersonating a federal mail boat, reanimating dead persons within city limits, possession of library books not specifically checked out to oneself, mixing drinks without a liquor license, and releasing a dangerous reptile in a populated area. Also wanted for questioning regarding the disappearance of prescription eyewear.
Okay, I think the only one of those
last two.
I think the only one of those that's new since last time is the reanimating of dead people, because that was the guy at the Steam and Weenie
Within
Hut.
city limits.
We used Ash to Life on him so we could get the key to the Weenie Hut.
Sadly, so much of that sounds like work because,
So
of all the things that we
yeah.
do involving all the, procedurals and meetings and whatnot. I'm like, wow, that just sounds so normal and official during my regular week.
Now, there are a whole bunch of jokes in the card catalog. Like, all of these cards have some kind of joke. Like here, Animatronics by Walt Whitney. Biography, Both Heads Empty, the Fettuccine Brothers story. Those are the guys in the circus in the first game that basically, I think, don't... Biography, The Time I Blew Up LeChuck. Questionable memoirs of Guybrush Threepwood.
Yeah, which is funny because we haven't written anything yet. But yeah, the thing is that I think we talked about whether somebody had actually gone through every single one of these, and apparently someone has. So I'm sure that somebody either has a video or you could literally spend an entire series on these.
I think I'll try a different drawer.
Yeah, so I don't know if there's anything particularly interesting.
Well, is there anything relevant story-wise? Because I'm sure they're all funny. It's just
I think they're all funny. Like
important?
anything that's necessary, we've done. It was only like, oh no, I don't consider my playthrough complete unless I've seen this joke.
Right.
But I'm not.
Oh well, we're gonna get blowback from fans either way because that's how the internet works. But as far as the listings go, story-wise for progression. Is there anything in the inventory that we don't have yet? Or is there any place that you can think of that we haven't been yet?
No, in fact, the game will strip from us some items if they're unnecessary when we go to the next set of locations. Although, admittedly, actually, let me just jump real quickly to Booty.
Where'd you want to go?
Because I know I mentioned this before, but the shop on Booty Island sells a bunch of items that you don't need. And I think the idea is that, well, if every item you can pick up or purchase is related in a puzzle, then the only thing you need to do is pick up or purchase everything. So this shop adds a bunch of items, some of which are jokes, some of which are just, funny things that you can buy and can put in your inventory that are not part of any puzzle solution. Like these hubcaps, the collector's plate, the pirate hat, they're all, you can buy them, you can put them in your inventory, and I think they stay in your inventory till the end of the game. They are not part of
Easter egg, Easter Island masks? What are those things hanging up?
Yeah.
Multicolored things. So yeah,
Tiki lights.
None of these ring a bell as far as puzzle progression.
Nope, not involved. They're there to be there so that not everything the shopkeeper sells is a puzzle solution.
I'd like to buy these tiki lights.
I just keep those here because they're cool. They're not for sale.
Yeah, some things he won't sell you.
I'd like to buy this small picture frame.
Yeah, I like that too, but it's not for sale.
I can't reach it. I'd like to buy this rock and roll collector's plate.
And I'd like to sell it to you. That'll be 199 pieces of 8.
It's like, nope.
On second thought, I'd better save my money.
Your loss.
Now, spending that much money on that could make the game longer for you if you decide you think you need to keep it. Because that's enough money that you might not at one point have enough for some of the other things you might want. So you might have to go back, get more money, gamble, get more money that way if you think you need to buy everything. But you really don't. Okay, so are we just ready to progress then, do we think?
I vote yes.
Okay.
Even though I missed all parts where we acquired the maps.
Can we go to the haunted rhombus?
There's nothing I could do.
Okay, I think all we need to do is go to
Scab Island.
Wally. Yeah, it's kind of weird. There's not a fully implemented day-night cycle with dynamic weather and lighting in Monkey Island 2 from 1991.
I guess that's fair.
Hey, it took years for Halo to do it, and that came out in 2001, 10 years later.
Now we're gonna come back here again in a minute anyway. I don't think there's anything we can do before that happens. But I thought I'd just check. Oh, and I also did do a check.
Back again, Mr. Threepwood.
Yeah, okay, nothing.
Well, that's enough voodoo for me. Bye.
So be it.
I wanted to see if there were any differences between the MIDI music that plays in the classic graphics of this version and the one I have in ScumVM that has like a full MIDI, choice of MIDI options, including various kinds of emulation, like Roland MT32 emulation. So I thought, if the save files were compatible, then maybe I could load them up in ScumVM. And you can't. The save files between this version are not the same. The game files are. Like if you buy the updated version from GOG or Steam, you can extract the classic graphic files and use them in ScumVM to play the game. But obviously you only get the classic graphics with that option. Understandably so.
I always like that transition from whistling to this tune on the drawbridge.
Hello.
Hi, Wally.
Oh, hello, Mr. Brush.
He's got his
Thanks.
uncle
I
back.
think I have
go.
to give him. I have to
Okie
give him
dokie.
the map piece. Hold on. Oh wow! It shows you the whole thing.
Got any more of this?
I've got the rest of it right here.
Very interesting.
Can you put it all together into one map for me?
I'll do it for you if you'll run an errand for me. Go to the International House of Mojo and ask the fortune teller if my love potion's ready.
Okay.
I'll try to have this done for you when you come back.
Okay, so remember that mission in Mass Effect 2 where they tell you that because of some diagnostic we're running on the ship now, you have to take your whole crew with you in the shuttlecraft for your next mission?
Yes.
This is that. This is that. Wally telling you, I'll work on this, but go down to the Voodoo Lady to get a thing for me is the way of the game getting you away from here so something can happen. And that's
Nothing is going to happen to Wally or that map.
plot.
Nothing at all. And hey, at
Deck in
least
the
we're
chat
not
says
playing as
suicide.
Joker.
Doesn't the fact that it's universal make it international?
Back again, Mr. Threepwood.
Wally sent me to pick up some love potion.
Oh, okay. Tell him I said to enjoy, but to be careful. It's powerful stuff. Wouldn't want that little guy getting hurt. Wait, I just felt a sudden disturbance in the force. As if a tiny, tiny voice just called out in fear and then hastily scratched a message in a table. I think Wally's in trouble, and I think LeChuck has something to do with it.
Uh-oh. I better go check.
We probably should have kept a running counter for Lucasfilm references between Star Wars and Indiana Jones.
I'm sure somebody's done it.
Oh, and it probably is worth. I can't look at my inventory while I'm in the coffin boat. Hold on 1 second. All right. So, this is one of the things that changes. This item gets added.
To the Ghost Pirate LeChuck, care of LeChuck's Island Getaway and Spa. Contents, miscellaneous voodoo supplies.
This is another. Yeah, this is another fourth wall break. Like a game. The game's got a weird ending, and a lot of people don't like it, but you also can't say that it wasn't hinting all along that it was going to do something like this, honestly.
Now, I've only played, I think, the recent game, which was Escape from Monkey Islands, and I don't know how that associated with the ending, since that game, that was my first game, that skipped over it.
They practically ignore it. The very next game, which is Curse, kinds of addresses it, but I don't want to talk about that until we actually show the ending in this game, and then I'll mention that.
All right.
But it is worth pointing out that, okay, the inventory item we got, because he wanted a love potion, but what we actually got was a juju
Let's
bag.
see here. There's some matches in here, and something that says Love Bomb on it.
Did it pronounce Juju?
So, matches and a love bomb.
Instructions. 1. Light fuse. 2. Throw at target. 3. Get ready for love.
I'm for love, Dr. Jones.
It's not very convenient. Well, speaking of that, I actually did a look of all the different references, because there's actually a wiki, I kid you not, that covers all of their references of Indiana Jones, Star Wars, Simpsons, James Bond, Disney, Hanna-Barbera, Looney Tunes, Terminator, The Producers by Mel Brooks, and West Side Story.
What's
Kid
the
you not.
producer? What's the producer's reference?
But there's the one of the games. It's like 1, 2, 3, and of course they've all listed the games by Somi, Mi2, Komi.
Oh, is that in this game, or is that in the whole franchise?
The whole franchise.
I think
They
it's
cover
probably
all
the
the
whole
references in all the games.
Okay.
So if
I
you
can
want to
tell
look
you-
at that one for Mi2, the producers, they reference when Slappy Cromwell realizes that his show will be a flop, he reassures us that it will be a financial success. That apparently is a reference to
Okay, yes.
producers.
The pirates were talking about their show, right? So that must have been the reference then. Okay.
And
That makes sense.
I know
So-
where the Terminator 2 reference is in the dig.
Well, it's
Where'd he go?
Terminator. They didn't say T2,
Someone's
but yeah.
hastily scratched a message here.
Well,
it
there
just
is a
says
T2 one in the dig.
LeChuck.
I'm just saying.
Oh no, LeChuck's kidnapped the cartographer. The poor little guy. Hey, he has my map. It just says LeChuck. I can't reach it.
I can't climb behind this table. It's impossible. Anyway, okay, fine. Now, I think at this point you still can explore the whole game, but it doesn't really help because Dread's map won't bring you any place other than the 3 major islands. And since you've already paid Kate Capsize to go to any coordinates and receive the treasure, there's no way to hire her again because there's no way to make another 6,000 gold.
Oh, Tom. Oh God, how am I going to pronounce this? Tom.
We'll just call him Tom.
Tamaka Satnav? I don't know. I'm just
Just call him
guessing.
Tom.
I'm just
Tom
okay.
in the chat says, "Yeah, I love the ending." He says, "Yeah, Slappy isn't combing."
Yeah, that's Curse of Monkey Island. That's the third game.
Yeah.
That's the one that's right after this. And they don't explain the way Monkey Island 2 ends, but they refer to it. You know, like there's some
Yeah.
kind of an
referenced.
acknowledgement of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the deal here is we know that LeChuck has kidnapped Wally. This crate we've already seen.
2. The ghost pirate LeChuck.
Is
Para,
addressed
LeChuck's Island
to
Getaway
him.
and Spa. Contents: miscellaneous voodoo supplies.
Oh, Deca wants to know why you were showing off your Switch, Jail. He goes, "I mean, that's what I'm watching it on." So he's apparently watching us on his Switch. That's
He wasn't.
awesome.
I was just ambushing Jail because I can see Jail's got his Switch up in front of the screen. He's playing something while we're watching this,
Yep.
and I'm,
Well, the nice
Is he?
thing is they announced the next Monkey Island game for the Switch, so you know.
Oh,
he's
okay.
promoting.
See, we advertising tie-in. We should have given him a call.
and
But
oh,
hey,
and
I can-
Octavia's in the chat saying yo ho ho.
Yo.
Anyway,
I love all the quotes that she puts in there for the icons because they don't show up in the Discord chat.
Oh, you
Just
can
shows
see him
up
in the
as text.
restream chat. It's like
I'll
I think it's
see if
like
I
a
can find that
lighter and a flame and a bird.
Yep.
I think maybe it's a free bird emote. I'm not sure.
I
Flame or
think it's a free bird.
Okay, so
Never have
back
too
to the
much
game
free
here.
bird.
And
Yep.
if you, I
So
think I can get
okay, my
in the
question is,
crate.
can we put the crate in our inventory? Or are we crawling in the crate?
You get in the crate.
Hey, Rich. I sure could use a hand with this one. Looks like another box of live snakes.
Sounds like it, too.
Well, let's get it on the truck.
Snakes. Why did it have to be snakes?
In the small crate of voodoo supplies that would be his home for the next 5 days and nights, Guybrush is forced to eat bat lungs and eel bladders to stay alive.
You call that living?
Eventually, Guybrush and the rest of the slithering cargo are delivered to the very doorstep of the Caribbean's most fearsome villain, living or dead, the ghost pirate, LeChuck.
Ah, LeChuck's crate of voodoo supplies.
You know, we usually don't deliver out this far, and...
You guys bucking for a tip?
Well, we figured since...
Well, you figured wrong. LeChuck don't tip nobody.
Gee.
He doesn't believe
What
in
a
it.
butt.
Ick. I hate snakes.
So there's some
I
other
love
references as
snakes.
well. And Octavia says, no, my friend Laney is into crows, nothing to do with Freebird.
Well, you know, birds of a feather.
I'm not hauling LeChuck stuff anywhere, especially the way he tips. It's the crate I came here in.
Of all things to be angry about LeChuck, it's the recently learned tip scheme.
Yep. Apparently. Apparently he likes Mr. Pink. Terrarian in the chat says, yeah, programming joke alert. You know, Jail just got a new Switch case. You know, it really makes a statement.
Why,
Is that a
thank
new
you.
case?
No, that was. My apologies. That was simply my Nintendo Switch OLED model. I've had for about half a year.
Okay.
How do you like it?
Turnarian points out the Voodoo Lady
I
is
love
supplying LeChuck with supplies while simultaneously helping Guybrush defeat LeChuck. It's a conflict of interest. You're not wrong.
Kind of. Yeah, no, it definitely doesn't make a lot of sense to me, but okay, video game.
Unless she foresaw that this is what Guybrush would have needed in order to progress.
This is
That's
interesting.
probably a stretch.
In the old graphics, you get the idea that there's something you can't read that's written on all these arrows. It's just like it's too pixelated and blurry to read.
Just the
And then-
res is too low, yeah.
And then when you go to the graphics,
just arrows.
no, there's just arrows. Like the sign is shaped like an arrow, and there's an arrow written on the sign. Because I'm guessing there never were any words associated with this, and forced to come up with some, they decided not to.
Deck is in chat says, I got the programming joke.
Intent.
Nice. Nice. Nice.
Okay.
It's just arrows, you dumb idiot.
Yep. Okay, and here is where people can get very tripped up, and I want to point out where first-time players can really get hornswoggled, can get taken off track, because not only do you go through a bunch of randomly generated passages that have these panels on them with all the bones in various orders, but then you also have other things on the walls, like the
The
LucasArts
logo.
and some other various decorative items up here, like skulls or little round things.
Little weird stones, yeah. Octavia suggests that maybe nobody remembered what the text said, so they just decided to go with the arrows.
Yeah, like here, and I saw people go through this, and they thought, well, okay, maybe the LucasArts logo has something to do with it. Maybe you should go through the doors that have it, or you should not go through the doors that have it. Or maybe you need to do like a door that has a skull directly above it, or a one
Right.
that has all the markings, or none of the markings.
Yeah.
And
Things that we do. We read too much into
Yeah.
stuff.
well, yes, but the reason why is that like I think it's very logical at this point in the game to assume that this is a location where all of the items you need to solve a puzzle are here, because there are a number of locations that are like that. Some require items you acquired earlier or require you to backtrack to another area, but we can't backtrack here anymore. So it's kind of logical to assume that all the hints, all the clues necessary to solve this must be on the screen with us. They are not.
Really?
The solution to this puzzle is you have to think about when was the time the game said anything to us about bones. And this is kind of a two-step thing, because if you didn't notice this when it happened, or again, I think we mentioned it earlier, if you hit a key to skip the song that you see your parents sing to you in the dream when you fall off of the makeshift ladder you're making on the tree on
You'll miss it.
Booty Island. Because that's what happens. When they
you'll
start
miss
to sing, he pulls out a piece of paper and starts to write. Because he says, I want to remember this later. And what he did was he wrote down the lyrics on this paper.
Wait a second. Is that the same paper that he grabbed the spit from in the first part
Yes.
of the game?
Yes, because
so, yeah.
although you can go to Wally's at almost any time in the game and grab a clean piece of paper from the stack, just like you did the first time to get Legrand's spit. But I think the only piece of paper the game can be sure you ever picked up, because you needed it to solve this puzzle, is this one. So he writes it on that piece, regardless of what you have in your inventory.
Nice attention to detail.
So now if you walk through all the screens, you will eventually just end up back at the beginning. I think it's 9 screens deep. Seems like more than 9. I was not counting. Here we are. Okay, fine. So now we're at the beginning. So we walk into the first room, and we can look at the paper. And basically the sequences here are leg, hip, arm, and then rib. So basically what we need to go through is we need to find doors that look like these descriptions. So the first one is leg to hip, hip to arm, arm to rib. Leg first, but this one is not. Actually, is that's skull? So it's not. That's what we want. This is hip underneath here. So we want a leg, hip, arm.
Ternarian
And there
chat
we
says,
go.
yeah, oddly enough, they use the old LucasArts logo on the walls, but the new LucasArts logo on the Coffin and Stand shop. So they added the new one there, but now was that just a difference between the old and the new graphics? Maybe they kept the old ones for the old ones, or
I don't know.
we'd have to compare them all.
Yeah. Okay, so anyway, like, it's not, I mean, it's a little more obvious in the new menu where actually it kind of shows you it tells you what you can do with an object, right? The old one just has all the verbs, and you can try all the verbs even though you can't do all the things. But this does tell you that you can look at these things, but you can also pull or push them. So what we want to do is we want to push this one because the first verse of the song was leg, hip, arms, and that's this one. And it's a passage you can walk through. Okay, so then this verse ended with arm connected to rib, but we just kind of ignore that because rib is just the first one in the next verse. So now we're looking for rib, leg, hip. And turns out it's this one. Rib, leg, hip. So we want to just go back the way we came, because like all of these puzzles, this doesn't take you back where you came from, because magic.
Making sure we have a save.
Right. Okay, so now we're doing head, rib, leg. Oh, and it's this one. Head, rib, leg. Okay, and so the last one is arm, head, rib. Arm, head, rib. It seems like basically like to solve the puzzle, I'm not sure how random all this is, but we literally never had to leave the room. Like we never had to use one. We came in one of these doors to get here.
Right.
We never used another one of them again. We always just pushed one of the panels on the screen, even when it was the same one we came through. And here you are.
Yeah, is it just me? Are you getting some like marathon fifth dimensional flashbacks of like going through the door through the left side or going through the door through the right, and you end up in a totally different place?
A little bit, yeah.
There is no way, not even in an adventure game, that I'd be able to get all those locks open.
I don't know, explosives.
Oh wow, and this one they cheat. That's cheating. Okay, so they've added the feature so that when you pull the left bumper, you're shown interactable items. Except there's a hidden interactable item on this screen that is the solution to this puzzle, and they've decided not to show you that.
There's a little skull statue on the right.
That is one huge door.
Not nearly as huge as the one from Tron.
Yeah, I know. That's what I was quoting. That's what I was quoting. Never should have gotten rid of it.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I was too quick.
It literally has a doggy door cut out of it. And
Out of
you
it,
just
yeah.
push on the door and you ignore all the locks and you just walk in.
Okay, that's good. I like that one. Oh, this looks familiar. I remember this from the cutscene with LeChuck got resurrected.
Yeah, we've seen several of the locations, or several of the screens at this location in cutscenes where Largo is being harangued by LeChuck. And yeah, this is one of them.
Trinarian says, that's a big doggy door.
Nice.
I'll make one of these myself. Do you want one?
Okay,
Question Deca
hold
says,
on.
yeah, now this is a real case of moon logic. You know, why would Guybrush had a premonitory hallucination about the Chuck's fortress? Yeah, how would he have a premonition of that?
I think that's less of a moon logic problem than a problem related to what the ending says about what's going on here, given that the people that sing that song to him are...
Okay, well, the question then would be which came first, the ending that they had to figure out a way how to get there, or the fact that they were going in a certain way and that's the ending where they ended up at?
I would have to look it up, but I think Ron Gilbert knew what ending he wanted for this game when they started. I don't think they did a bunch of stuff and then said, oh, hey, I'll have this weird ending that will piss everybody off.
Right.
I think he wanted to do that from the start.
That's for Mass Effect.
We'll save that one for later.
Yeah.
I wonder if anybody's actually done that.
Nice.
They said, hey, let's think of all the horrible endings we could do and which games we can put them in.
Okay. Well, anyway, this is just one big tempting item. It says Voodoo Key to Jail, and you might be thinking, oh, hey, I got to pick that up.
Well, they were
And you
not
do.
wrong.
Guybrush Threepwood, you have finally been caught. I have searched every island, sailed every sea, and now you are mine. What do you have to say for yourself? Largo.
Yes, sir, LeChuck, sir.
Take Guybrush down to the torture chamber and get the machine set up.
Yes, sir.
Oh, I could have gone to see Wally before this happened, but I forgot.
You'll be in a heap of trouble, Guybrush Threepwood. Now that you are mine, you will pay for what you did to me.
Hey, what's a little root beer between friends?
Silence! There is only one thing more painful than being resurrected from the dead and crammed into a rotting body. Do you know what that is? It is what is about to happen to you.
Can't we talk this thing out?
You see that candle over there? When it burns through that rope, the bag will fall on the bellows. When it is compressed, it will shoot a single lead bullet, which will ricochet off that pan, then off the shield behind me, bounce off that other shield, finally striking the green balloon. When it pops, it will cause that lever to fall, releasing that ratchet on the chain wheel, and sending you down into the pit of acid.
Do
you know what happens next?
Well...
I will take your bones, still alive and in great pain, and make them into a chair. I will call it my screaming chair. Every morning I will sit in it and listen to you scream. Any questions?
And you can, of course, ask him to go through all the steps of his little Rube Goldberg device here.
What does the
I was going to say, yeah, death by Goldberg.
Candle burns the rope, releasing the bag of sand.
Okay, so the candle and the rope and the bag of sand. Okay.
What happens when the bag falls on the bellows?
The bellows will shoot a lead bullet into that pan.
Okay, so that's here.
How's the lead bullet going to get to the balloon?
It will ricochet off a bunch of stuff.
Deca says, yeah, somebody's been watching too much of The Great Mouse
I'm
Detective.
growing tired of your stupid questions. Prepare to die.
Well, technically it's not. It's supposed to be a living death, so it's not really dying.
He didn't say what he was going to do to me.
An Ottoman comes to mind.
Yeah. So in the later games, when they make LeChuck more of a comic relief villain, it's interesting because like LeChuck goes pretty hard here. Yeah.
Yeah, kind of.
Okay. I've seen a bunch of people also get understandably stuck on this screen as well. Basically because they just figure you must be able to do something, and no matter what the game seems to indicate you can do, right? Because you have all these options for every on-screen item, right? You've got pick up, look, use, pull, push. You've got all the options.
Nice. I can't reach the balloon from here.
But no matter what
So many
item
options.
you try
I can't
to
reach the shield from here.
interact with,
I can't reach the punching bag from here.
you just get told that he can't reach it. So then the question is, well, what was the only interaction at a distance we were ever able to do, right? This game doesn't have guns, bows and arrows in them. We've never been able to interact with an object
map.
we can't reach except
The map
one
maker.
way.
It's the map maker, isn't it?
No, he's just trapped here with us. I mean, we can talk to him.
So, Wally,
Yeah?
could you please scratch my nose?
Yeah, right after you kiss my butt.
So, Wally,
Yeah?
any bright ideas?
Well, actually, I was hoping you'd think of something.
Oh. So, Wally,
Yeah?
I've got a bad feeling about this.
Bad feeling? LeChuck's got you hanging in chains over a pit of acid, and all you've got is a bad feeling?
Horse hockey. You honestly expect me to believe you were disintegrated in acid?
Sure, well,
And yet here you are telling me all about it, looking very integrated indeed.
Look up
yes.
better.
Well, that is, Okay, so I embellished it a little for dramatic effect. Zumi.
Do you want to try telling me what really happened?
Okay, as I was saying, we were hanging over the pit of acid. Death was so close I could smell his hairy armpits.
Oh,
chat says, spit?
Is this one of those things where
Yeah,
if you don't
Trinarian
figure
says,
out
yeah,
the
you should get
solution, it just
Guybrush
repeats
spitting
this
mad.
cycle over and over again?
I've lost mouse control in the game. Hold on here. That is one of the only. I think it's the only death the game allows you to have.
Really? Okay. Well, yeah. I mean, the spit seems logical. That's something in game that they've done before. Yeah. Can you spit at something?
Yes, spitting is the answer. But I just did want to show off
the trap.
All the deaths.
The death.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Trinarian. Yeah, you gotta get Guybrush spitting mad.
Yeah, hold on a second.
Hey, if this was a Sierra game, the solution to the spit would have been in the first 5 minutes. If we didn't do that, we get to this point, we'd have to reset the whole game all over again.
Probably. Yep. I wouldn't put it past them.
Yeah, I'm gonna make a new save and reload.
Did your keyboard or mouse get disconnected? Is that it?
No, but the game is ignoring the controller now, and it's also ignoring the mouse.
Okay. I would just quit and restart all of it then.
Yeah. I'm just gonna relaunch it.
It's probably a good idea.
Yeah. So I just wanted to show the deaths, just like we wanted to show the drowning death in the first game, and we kind of didn't get around to it. But I wanted to show that one off, and I think it won't let that happen again. I think it only lets you die that one time.
That'd be pretty funny if Guybrush would keep trying to indulge his story like that to her, even though after she called BS on it.
What?
Still no luck.
Okay.
Please stand by. We're having technical difficulties, as always. Did you save scum break the game? Do you think it's having an issue with the actual file? Which would be terrible.
I think so.
Maybe LeChuck trapped us legit for reals.
Or maybe it's a bug. Maybe it's a bug with this particular thing. It thinks you're dead. No, it doesn't want you to come back. Fingers crossed.
Yeah, because I cannot.
Deca says it's the curse. You're probably not wrong.
I can't pull up the inventory or the verbs here. They don't do anything. The only
Battery
command
dead?
I get
Because it doesn't
is
look
hold
plugged in.
Y to skip, and when I held Y to skip, it crashes.
Wow. Well, I'm trying to reboot the thing. Are you doing it wired or wirelessly? Because I usually do wired because wireless is terribly unreliable and wonky with the Bluetooth.
I'm
would
not
just plug
using
in the
Bluetooth.
USB cable.
I have one of the radio ones. You know, it's not a Bluetooth one.
Oh. No, try just plugging in the USB.
I just use ones with cords.
Exactly. See, I'm the same way, to tell you the truth. I'm not a fan of the wireless tech. It always becomes problematic at the worst possible time. In fact, I got my Xbox Elite. I literally plug in the USB cable. Wait a minute. Was that who I thought it was? It is. Now, do you have all the robots? I know it's Crow. No, do you have all of them? You have
I do
Gypsy?
not. They only made Tom Servo and Crow USB drives for their Kickstarter
Really?
run. Yeah.
No
I decided
Gypsy
to get
love.
Crow. No Gypsy
Can't say I
love.
blame you.
I think I may need to redo that.
See, I was afraid you broke it. Well, it's not like we
wait,
had a
the
lot to
mouse
do.
works
I mean, we checked out a
No,
poster.
I think the
and-
death. I think the death broke it somehow.
Yeah.
We've
Oh
got
man,
really nothing to do.
That's funny. Well, you know, actually, what time is it? Well, it's a little early for a break, but I was thinking, yeah, it's something you could skip over. Octavia's like, MST3K flash drives? Awesome!
They are awesome.
Wally, put the map together. There's a good lad.
Well, Let's see what's happening
Got
in the
any
world
more
of
of this?
entertainment.
I've got the rest of
Comic-Con
it
is
right
going on
here.
now.
Very interesting. I'll go to...
Okay.
I'll try to have...
Trinarian says, yeah, my Bluetooth mouse stopped syncing as well. So I threw it in the lake. Now it's syncing.
What is it syncing about?
What is it syncing up? I was going to say the same thing. We're syncing. We're syncing. What are you thinking about?
I remember, I did watch somebody else stream the end of this. I'm trying to remember if they had that same problem or not. I don't know.
Well, see, that's just it. I'm wondering if it's a bug, and if it's a bug, then maybe it's something you have to avoid to make sure that it doesn't ruin your save.
Yeah, we'll do a save right before that sequence this time in case it happens again.
Yeah, just that would. I'm surprised. No, you didn't have one at the doggy door.
No,
I thought you made one at the doggy door
one
when
there.
we were going in. Oh, okay.
I'll make a couple of extra saves this way through.
Hello, trader.
Wood?
Octavius, pumas
Rory's
and
trying to
choppers.
Pick up some love potion.
Oh, okay. Tell him I said it's power.
Skip.
As if, and then he...
Skip.
Uh-oh. I better go.
Skiposaurus Rex. Generic is not a tumor.
Let's see here. There's some matches in here, and something that says Love Bomb on it.
Get your pepperoni pizza. Put the 9mm bullets on it.
Okay, and there's literally nothing to even do at Wally's. The whole point of that, I think, is just to know what's happened to him. So I think I can just jump in the box.
Speaking of Arnie, though, I don't know what it is, but tons of first-time movie review sites, all of them are covering his earlier stuff from T1, T2, Predator. Nobody's done Kindergarten Cop yet.
How about Hercules in New York?
No, I mean, that's like first-time early one with dubbed-over voices. In fact, does anybody have the original audio of his voice recording at the time?
All the DVDs
Somebody
I've
must
seen
have a
contain
recording of
his
that.
original
In the
audio
small
as well as the
crate.
dub.
Oh, it does.
Yes.
You know.
Gee.
Ick. I hate snakes.
Okay, so
I like bats, though.
make a new save here.
Okay, here we are, save scumming it up here at Arnett. Remember, there's nothing we
In
wouldn't
fact,
do
actually,
for the
this
fans.
time I will try and go see Wally before we get captured, because we can.
Well, yeah, you said before you had the option
there
of
is a
doing
way to
that,
do
and you
that.
and you slipped by it. So yeah, why don't we
I
do
think because
that
I
too?
missed getting to Wally. Yeah, I think what it is if you bypass this area and keep walking this way.
You run into Wally.
Oh no, okay, that's just more of the puzzle.
The other way? So many arrows.
There is a way to do it, because I saw somebody do it the other day. Maybe it's back this way.
This design definitely reminds me of a lot of areas from the dig. It's a very orange game.
There isn't any other thing to click on. There we go. See, here we are.
Come on. Knew he was around somewhere. I'm curious, does anybody bother doing torture, dungeons or chambers anymore? I figured they'd just like do it on site.
Mr. Brush, is that you?
Are you all right?
It was horrible. They abducted me in my office, brought me here in a duffel bag, interrogated me. Then they...
What? What?
They took away my monocle for a while.
I see. I have something to confess about your monocle. Dread stole it.
I knew it. He's always envied my intellectual look.
Could you please stop that annoying swinging?
Sorry.
I forgot about that one. Oh,
and I don't know
man.
why it's so funny, but
Yeah, there are a bunch of replies that where actually he says something different. Like, you can't choose to confess that you stole the monocle because he just blames it on Dread.
Yep.
Or he just says something really
he didn't.
obnoxious like, stop swinging.
Okay, stand back. I'm gonna bust down the door.
What are you, nuts? Go get the key. He probably keeps it in his office down the hall.
oh, the Voodoo Key.
The map, Wally. What about the map?
Oh, LeChuck's got it, but who cares?
Who cares?
Yes, I memorized the whole thing before he took it. It's on an island called Dinky, not too far from here. After you bust me out of here, we could steal a boat and go there.
I'm gonna go get that key.
Okie dokie.
Right, so there isn't anything else to do in here. There's a keyhole.
Pretty
Well,
big.
my favorite joke about being trapped in prison is from Top Secret.
Okay, now I don't know if it matters where we start executing our puzzle solution from. Leg, hip, arm. Leg. Oh, okay, not any of those.
Do you have to get them all in the right order, I assume, or do you
Yes.
just have to do the last one?
No, you have to basically you end up clicking on the doors as described in the poem in the order in which they're described in. Leg, hip, arms. They will not always be in the same position in the puzzle.
Right, because they wanted to have a certain element of randomness to it.
Rib,
Otherwise,
leg,
people would just
hip.
memorize the sequence and then just speed through it.
Rib, leg, hip. Head, rib, leg. Arm, head, rib. It's arm, head, rib. Okay, so here we are. There's the door. Okay, and we'll make another save here.
Okay, so here we are again. Now remember, don't die.
Okay, now I think once he starts talking, I can just skip this.
Guybrush Threepwood. You have finally been caught. I have searched every island, sailed every sea, and now you are mine. What do you have to...
Windows wants this scene to crash.
Yeah.
I was going to ask, because I keep hearing that Windows chime. Is that you, Narc?
Yes, sir, LeChuck, sir.
Take
Yes.
Yeah, I had to switch my keyboard to the other machine to get it to skip. Okay, so here we are again.
Oh, okay. I was getting worried it was
now that you
crashing
are
again.
Hey, what's a little...
There is than being... Do you know? It is.
Skip,
You see, when it burns the bag, when it is... Which will then off bounce off fire. When it releases...
I'm getting flashbacks of using LPs and trying to find the right song in
I
the
will
album.
take you. I will
Okay, screaming chair.
Any question?
If this is 4 and this is 2, what's this?
1.
Gee, I had a million questions a second ago.
Think fast. Your time is almost up.
What is the secret of Monkey Island?
I'm growing tired of your stupid questions. Prepare to die.
But it's a good question.
He didn't say what he was going to do to me.
An ottoman comes to mind. So, Wally.
Yeah?
I love you, man.
Let's keep our heads, shall we?
Nice.
So my question is, what are we spitting at? We don't want to spit at the balloon, so...
Okay, well,
We're gonna spit
first
the
of all,
candle?
Pit of acid.
to spit at all,
It's a green
need
drink
to
in a
drink.
broken glass.
How can he even?
Well, but somehow you get the crazy straw in the cup somehow.
yes. Supposedly,
This stuff makes my spit thick.
supposedly he reaches in with his teeth to grab the straw and sticks it in the drink in the pocket of his coat and does it that way.
Yeah.
And
So
so
convoluted.
then you get spit as a prompt on a bunch of things.
Hey, watch it with the spit.
And if you try to do anything, you feel like, oh, okay, I should spit on the candle.
Hey, watch
That just
it
hits
with
Wally.
the spit.
He's in the way? Aww.
And the only items that work are the pan,
Hey, watch it with the spit.
which hits Wally again, and the shield.
My mouth is all dried up.
So do you have to keep
crazy
hitting
straw.
them to deflect where the bullet ricochets? Is that it?
Yes. And I believe for the shield, you have to do it twice, which is a real
Boy,
trick
this
because,
stuff makes
like,
my spit thick.
if you've done it once and it does nothing, you think that it's failed.
That's to get the candle. Yep. Well, I knew we had to get the candle. I just couldn't remember how we got the candle.
What be going on in here? Largo, relight the candle. Guybrush has escaped. Find him.
Ha! I bet LeChuck is really cheesed off now.
Yep.
Hey, Wally,
Yeah?
where are we?
Good question.
So here it seems to be obvious, right? Well, we're in the dark. We have some matches. We never had a
What could
torch or
possibly go wrong?
flashlight or anything like that. We do have a monkey. Crates, stuff.
It's too dark to see what I'm doing.
Okay, so again, no matter what you try to do with anything around you, it tells you it's too dark. So the only thing it will let you do is make some light.
Holy skunk sweat! Ouch!
Good one, Guybrush. Well, thankfully he said it was close.
Hours later.
They did say it was nearby.
I want my granddaughter to marry a real man, a captain, not a washout like you.
Yeah, okay, so you see there, that's labeled as a whole third part of the game, but the only thing that makes it long is that if you don't know the solutions, like if you haven't noticed the song or the lyrics, if you haven't noticed that's how that puzzle works, or if you
The
don't
trial
already
and error
know,
just takes a lot of time.
Yeah. If you've got to trial and error a bunch of stuff before you realize that, or if you've got to trial and error the trap room because you don't know that you need to spit on the pan once and the shield twice in order to solve that, then that one can take up a lot of time. But if you know those things, it's really, really short. So we'll do another save. Do we want to take our break here? It's
Yeah, we're
still a
about
little
an
bit
hour
early,
in.
but we could because we might not fill out all 3 hours on finishing the game. Anyway, it might be more like two.
Yeah, I figured this was going to be a short one anyway, because we didn't have that much left to go. But yes, so I guess we're going to be taking our break now. So for those who are just tuning in, you're watching the Rampantcy.net playthrough of Monkey Island 2 LeChuck's Revenge. We're going to be taking a short break, and we'll be right back after this.
Okay, we're back, and we've got, I think, two
Jail staring intently.
locations
got my eye
in
on
the
you.
game left to go through. One of which is this one, which is Dinky Island.
Woohoo! Yeah,
Dinky
no,
Island.
this is the one in the
Oh,
trailer
look,
that they
there's
say,
a
"Hey,
big
I'm
whoop."
stuck in the forest in Dinky Island, and I need to call
Yes.
1-800-555."
Yeah, that's a
Can I
location.
indulge myself for just 60 seconds?
Sure.
I actually called the Lucas Arts game helpline once back in the 90s.
Did you? What for? Was it for Full Throttle?
It was for X-Wing.
Oh, no kidding. What was the problem with X-Wing that you needed help on? This is funny.
Okay, so I'm playing a mission. I do a great job. I get all
Okay.
the baddies. All the good guys escape from Yavin. But I don't progress. I'm not progressing in the levels. I'm stuck. I'm like, I have to play the same mission over again. I was like, so I call, what gives? And they say, well, there's really only one reason that's happening, sir, and that's that you have invincibility and unlimited ammo options checked. I'm like, no, never. And sure enough, yeah, I was cheating the game all the way through. I was like, click, and then I beat the mission again. And it's like, oh, it's progressing. Thank you.
Wow. So in other words, you were inexplicably, unbeknownst to you, actually cheating through it, thinking that you were the total boss.
Not
What
unknowing.
was causing it?
It wasn't
Wow.
unknowing.
It's like
He just
cheating.
figured they'd let him progress. Okay, because you can turn on invincibility and all weapons and all ammo in Doom and go to the end. Doom doesn't care.
I just never knew a game did you care if I cheated or not, especially back in the day. But yeah,
Apparently.
that one did.
Don't ever talk to a Dark Souls fan, Jail. Don't ever. It's dangerous. You gotta watch out.
I guess it's just
Oh,
I bet
man.
there are not many stories that people call a hit line to tell them the best way the way to win is to not cheat. That's how you win.
Yep. Well, sir, I'm sorry, but apparently you decided to put on infinite ammo and invincibility. Therefore, you are unable to view the ending of this game. Thank you for calling 555 LucasArts Cheater.
What's the 4chan meme?
Oh,
you
man.
cheated the game and yourself. You failed to advance or improve. This
You
macho
failed on
toxic gamer
multiple
nonsense.
levels. Wow.
Okay.
Everyone,
Congratulations
I don't care
on
if
your
you
efficiency of failing.
cheat or not. Just have fun with your game. That's all.
Exactly.
I care about.
Okay.
Exactly.
All right,
All right,
well,
so
let's see if we can get through ours without actually doing that. Is there anything under the welcome sign, or does it just say welcome?
Make a map and tear it into 4 pieces. Ah! Oh, the heck with it. Let's make a map and tear it into 4 pieces. Ah.
Okay,
no,
so
no, that's not right.
we already know the story that there
Oh,
were
the
4
heck with it.
pirates.
Let's make a map
They
and
hid
tear it into
Big
4
Whoop
pieces.
here.
Oh, the heck with
They
it. Let's make a map and tear
made
it
a
into
map and they
4
tore it up,
pieces.
and those are the
I
pieces
want
that
my
we got.
granddaughter
Are
to
you
marry
doing
a
that, or
real
is it
man.
doing that?
Captain,
No, it
not
triggers
a
that on
washout
its own.
like you.
But look who's here, looking a little bit worse for wear compared to the last game. Is Herman
Granddaughter to
Trooper.
marry a real man. Captain, not a washout like you.
Herman Toothrot, what are you doing here?
Oh, hi. I've been waiting for you.
What do you mean you've been waiting for me?
Our meeting comes at this, the final moment of my existence so far. All else has been in anticipation of this event.
Do you always say things like that?
Nothing I say is ever the same, yet it is all said the same way.
Do you mean to tell me that your whole life has been merely a prelude to meeting me here today?
Yours too. But see, already the moment passes. Now our meeting is nothing more than another note in the grand overture to the next passage.
Somebody was reading Zen and the Art of Motorcycle Maintenance while making this game, I think.
Apparently.
What are you doing here?
I'm teaching philosophy here.
Right here? On the beach?
Sure beats a Tibetan mountaintop. I can go surfing when things are slow.
What sort of philosophy are you teaching?
Neo-existentialist Cartesian Zen Taoism. It's all the rage at cocktail parties this year.
How many students have you got?
Well, none at the moment. But as soon as word gets out that a guru such as myself is teaching at a beautiful locale like this, I'll have to beat them off with a stick.
Could you teach me some philosophy?
Okay, here's a Zen Koan for you.
What?
A philosophical puzzle. If a tree falls in the forest and no one is around to hear it, what color is the tree?
Planet.
I believe this one has no answer.
Forest green?
Nope.
He just says no, and it offers you 4 different colors.
I give up.
Think about it some more and come back when you have an answer.
Okay, let's go over it again, so no one forgets where we buried the treasure. Holly wants a cracker.
So...
Okay, let's go over
still?
it again, so no one forgets where we buried the treasure.
It's a moonshine still.
Gee, Captain Marley, where should we bury the treasure?
It never says it, but I assume it's
Granddaughter
Herman's?
to marry a real man, a captain, not a washout like you. Oh, the heck with it. Holly wants a cracker. Oh, the heck with it. Let's make a map and tear it into 4 pieces.
It's empty and there's a cap on it.
Oh, the heck with it. Let's make a map and tear it into 4 pieces. No, that's not right. Holly wants a cracker.
It's not a twist off.
Holly's gonna get
Captain
muted in
Marley,
a second.
Where should we bury the
Oh, okay,
treasure? No, that's not right.
Careful,
Holly
he
wants a
may
cracker.
charge.
I better be careful with this.
Yeah, I want a mod where we could mute the parrot.
Oh, the heck with it. Let's make a map and tear it into 4 pieces.
There's a little dent in it where I hit my head. There's a little dent in it where I hit my head.
No, that's not right.
I can't reach it.
Gee, Captain Marley, where should we bury the treasure?
It's shaped like a giant slug. It's shaped like a giant slug.
Oh, the heck with it. Let's make a map and tear it into 4 pieces.
It's shaped like a giant pencil. It's a jungle in there. It's shaped like a giant boomerang.
Nice. Okay. Unfortunately, we do have to spend some time with the parrot on the screen for a number of reasons.
Gee, Captain Marley, where should we bury the treasure? Okay, let's go over it again, so no one forgets where we buried the treasure.
They say anchovies on the top.
No, that's not right.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah,
they
I'm not a
smell
fan
like
of anchovies either.
Okay, let's go over it again, so no one forgets where we buried the treasure.
They say anchovies on the top.
Oh, the heck with it. Let's make a map and tear it into 4 pieces.
It looks kind of old.
Oh, the heck with it. Let's make a map and tear it into 4 pieces.
Hey, there's a cracker in here.
No.
Is the parrot necessary? Can we kill the parrot?
Parrot is
Literally?
actually very
they smell like
necessary.
anchovies.
I was afraid of that.
Gee, Captain Marley, where should we bury the treasure?
It's dry.
No, that's not right.
Decca says, how do you dent a
Marley,
rock?
Where should we bury
But
the treasure?
isn't it
Holly
a
wants
rock?
cracker.
Is it?
I want
And
my
the-
granddaughter to marry
The
a real
worst,
man, a
the worst
captain,
thing about the
not a
talkie
washout
version
like
here
you.
is that the parrot talking actually interrupts Guybrush doing things. Like when you want to look at an item, Guybrush has to speak the description.
So no one forgets where we buried the
Not to mention
treasures.
our dialogue. So yeah, it's kind of annoying.
so you can't
So wait a minute. So
actually-
Decca says, is that even a rock?
Let's make a map.
Oh,
tear it into
as
4
far as I know,
pieces.
yeah, it is a rock.
No, that's not right.
I can't reach it. There's a little dent in it where I hit my head.
Holly wants a cracker. I want my granddaughter to marry a real man, a captain, not a washout like you.
It's open.
Oh, the heck with it.
It's empty.
Okay, so I've gotten everything out of there.
Not right. Holly wants a cracker.
Yeah. Oh, they smell like anchovies.
Oh, the heck with it. Let's make a map and
There's
tear it
nowhere
into
to
4
walk
pieces.
right now to the right.
I want my granddaughter to
Holly's
marry
gonna get a
real
knuckle
man,
sandwich.
a captain, not a washout like you.
So I'm not gonna make any more progress on solving any of the puzzles until the game kind of hints at it to us what it wants us to do. So, oh, actually,
Does it involve parrot strangulation?
Actually, we can do one thing. In the box,
what?
In the barrel, there was a cracker.
Low sodium cracker.
Okay.
I love how he says it's a low sodium cracker.
Gee, Captain Marley, where should we bury the treasure?
Now, I don't know.
Oh, the heck with it. Let's make a map and tear it into 4 pieces.
He hasn't said it yet. But give is the default verb for the cracker, so we can give Holly a
so
cracker.
no one forgets where we buried the treasure.
Let's shut him up.
Sort of.
And due east from the pond to the dinosaur. Holly wants a cracker.
Okay, now he's just probably wants a
To
cracker.
marry a real man. A
And then he goes
captain,
back to his
not
loop.
a washout like you.
But he says due east from the pond to the dinosaur. So we got beach, more jungle.
Did this come out before or after Jurassic Park? I want to say before.
91. So when was the first?
Yeah,
Jurassic
91.
Park
So it beat it by a year.
91 was when Star Trek: The Undiscovered Country was released, and Terminator 2.
Yeah.
It's a disgusting
And when Gene
bog.
died. It's not that disgusting. I've seen more
strong.
disgusting bogs than that.
I'll just take this rope off of it. Hey, it's nailed shut.
Is that it? The
It's
big
nailed
whoop?
shut.
Nice.
Careful, it's a mimic.
Hey, dynamite, just like it says on the side.
It's dark. Let's light a match again.
Okay, so now we've got dynamite, we've got rope that we took off the box, we've got this glass that was next to the still, we had a bottle that we broke to make a broken bottle, crowbar, Wally's love bomb, matches, and a juju bag. And this is a
Careful with that
pond.
love bomb.
So the bird says that we go due east from the pond. And I guess keep going this way. Oh, dinosaur.
And due east from the pond to the dinosaur. Okay,
Yep.
let's go over it again, so no one forgets where we buried the treasure. Holly wants a cracker.
I like the way this puzzle is designed. Now, this is a maze. Unless you know the way to navigate it, you'll just end up wandering around and you'll end up
Let's go over it again.
either at
so
the,
no
at the
one
help
forgets
box
where we buried
or
the
at the
treasure.
beach. You find your way through the maze by giving the bird crackers, and he progressively gives you a direction and then goes to that location. So in this case, we gave him the first cracker. He said, go east from the pond to the dinosaur. And then when you reach the dinosaur, the bird arrives there and asks for a cracker.
Are they assuming that up is north, down is south, left
Yes.
is west, and right is east? Is that it?
Yes. So
Okay.
east just means right. Oh, and here's another location, pile of rocks. So
Pile
that's
of
going to be
rocks.
another. That's going to be another landmark.
Landmark. Yeah, got it. So the question is, do you have to go through the whole puzzle with the
Yes,
parrot
as-
and the crackers?
Yes, as
or
far
can
as
you
I know,
just go
basically
where you know where it is.
Just knowing the solution, I do not believe. Oh, and here we are at the call box.
Here's the call box! Yay!
Nice.
1900740JEBI. Remember, kids, if you're under 18, ask your parents before calling.
Lucasfilm Games, Hintline, Chester speaking.
Right.
And this person's character design is radically different.
Oh, not only different. Yeah, no, is the voice different too?
I'm lost in the Dinky Island jungle in Monkey 2.
Look, there are only 2 ways out of the room you're in. Figure it out, knucklehead.
I'm lost in the Dinky Island jungle in Monkey 2.
I told you, just walk off the edge of the screen. How hard can that be?
Totally different.
Yeah, totally different. Totally different. I prefer the woman, personally.
Right, now remember the joke about the stump that Leah wanted us to find in Monkey 1, which we couldn't find because it was only on one specific version, the version that was on floppy. That was when you click on the stump and it asks you to insert a floppy that doesn't exist.
Who thought up that dumb stump joke?
I'm tired of hearing about that damn stump. Do you have any idea how many calls I get a day about that? Don't ask me about it again.
Wow, language.
I wonder if these were actual call recordings or they did a voice actors.
Where do babies come from?
What are you, a pervert? What's wrong with you?
With that line reading, I would assume yes.
Why do adventure games cost
Why doesn't
so
he
much?
just say yes?
Hey, I just work here.
What is the secret of Monkey Island?
I'm fed up with stupid questions like that. It's a surprise, okay?
How much money have I spent talking to you?
75 cents a minute. You can ask your computer to work out the math for you.
Now, this one, I did not remember what this acronym was for, and since it was Lucasfilm, I assumed that SW meant Star Wars, and so this was just some Star Wars game that I couldn't remember. But it's not. I still don't remember what this game is called, but this is some kind of military flight sim that was supposed to ship around the same year as Monkey Island 2, I think.
When is Swaddle gonna ship?
It's been out for some time now. Where have you been? Playing some frustrating graphic adventure?
I like her.
I'm lost in the Dinky Island jungle in Monkey 2.
I told you, just walk off the edge of the screen. How hard can that be?
Which side,
Thank you.
though?
You've been very helpful. Goodbye.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, Tom says, yeah, it was Secret Weapons of the Luftwaffe.
Ah, there
That's
you go.
what it is.
Yeah, I could never remember.
I do remember the cover.
Really? I don't remember that.
Yes,
game at
I
all.
do. It had that little stubby one that was apparently a rocket plane that apparently its fuel was so volatile it actually melted pilots. It was absolutely hideous. But that was on the cover of Secret Weapons of the Luftwaffe. Hold on.
We bury the treasure.
It's a moonshine still.
No, that's not right. Okay, let's go over it again, so no one forgets where we buried the treasure.
Yeah. Oh, they smell like anchovies.
Okay, let's go over it again, so no one forgets where we buried the treasure. Okay, let's go over it again, so no one forgets where we buried the treasure.
Okay. So we gave Polly the one cracker we found. And so basically we need more crackers.
What the heck kind of a word is a Luftwaffe?
Luftwaffe.
German Air Force.
The German Air Force in World War II.
Yes, the answer is
yeah,
it's
no,
German
Secret
word.
Weapons. Yeah, Secret Weapons of the
lumpy in it.
Luftwaffe was a Lucasfilm games by Lawrence Holland. And let's see, I'm trying to find the release date for it.
I can't reach it.
It was MS-DOS, Classic Mac, August 91. So, yeah, so my guess is the release date and the time of that joke was both around the same time.
Huh.
It's instant low-sodium cracker mix. Just add water.
Now, I gotta admit, I don't know why this puzzle is the way it is. So, I mean, we've got a chatty parrot who wants crackers. We found one cracker, we gave it the cracker, it gave us one direction. So we know that, okay, what we need is more crackers. And then hanging from a random tree in the jungle is a box of cracker mix?
Yeah, Decca says, yeah, Wonder Waffle was a boondoggle.
It's instant low-sodium cracker mix. Just add water.
Ah, so then we need water.
Or powdered water, but you don't know what to add. Ternarian says, yeah, I played Monkey Island 2 on the Amiga back in the late 90s.
Hey.
So did we. I remember having over 10 floppy disks. I had to swap through that game.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so you'd think we're done here, right? I mean, we've got cracker mix. We just need to add water. We even have a glass here, so let's get some water in the glass.
Yeah, but that's salt water. Don't we need fresh?
Well, see here, I'd be thinking, and we can look at
To
it.
marry a real man.
Put it in the still.
It's full of seawater.
Okay, let's go over it again, so no one forgets where we
No,
buried
put the seawater in the still.
Yep.
So you can
No,
get
I know.
fresh.
I'm walking off the screen to get away from the parrot. So,
Oh,
I think I thought originally that okay, so it's low sodium cracker mix, meaning it has no salt in it, and it's salt water. So that would just even out to make a normal cracker, which is what you'd want.
With salt.
But in this case, I
No.
think the description of low sodium cracker mix is there to try to tell you no, there's another step with the water, and yes, there is a still right here. So.
That's not right.
Can I guess the
That
ending?
seems to have gotten most of the salt out of it.
No, that's not
Of
right.
what? Secret weapons of the Luftwaffe?
Oh,
I want
I guess that's not a good idea then. But
Captain,
is there a secret ending to the Luftwaffe?
I want my granddaughter to marry a real man. Captain, not
Okay,
a
so
washout like
now
you.
I've got
I want my
one.
granddaughter to marry a real man.
I guess that box only
not a
made
washout like you.
2 crackers, or maybe I don't have
Can
enough
you
water.
just keep
Hold on.
making more?
Yeah.
No
Let
one
me.
forgets where we buried the treasure.
Apparently, Secret Weapons of the Luftwaffe was also the third in a series. Apparently, it
That
was
seems to have
the
gotten most of the salt out of
last
it.
of the trilogy of Lucas combat games, including Battlehawks 1942 and Their Finest
There's some more
Hour,
cracker mix.
which were released in '88 and '89.
Okay, the cracker mix is empty, so we only got 2 more crackers.
My granddaughter to marry a
Okay,
real man.
so what, 4 total?
Captain,
Now,
head north from the dinosaur to the pile of rocks.
Okay.
Gee, Captain Marley, where should we bury the treasure?
Okay, I typed out my guess in Discord, so you guys don't have to read it if you don't want to.
about the ending.
Or say it aloud.
All right. I mean,
Again, you don't have to deny or confirm it because we don't want to give any spoilers, but it's
by the way,
really
you
starting to build
you
up
posted
like that.
You posted that in the Discord chat that links to the main chat, so that did go to YouTube and Twitch. Just FYI.
Well,
Spoiler alert!
Either.
Well, hopefully we won't have anybody who's not seen this or is not a first-time viewer watching our playthrough, hoping to not have the ending. Fingers crossed.
Yeah, question deck. I guess that would be
okay, so dinosaur, and then
preferable
north.
comparison than the other one. Dolphin.
Every time I see this, I think of the Zork game that has a topiary garden where if you fail to solve the maze, the animals come to life and attack you.
Oh yeah, kind of like whatchamacallit, The Shining.
But we've already had our one death sequence quota for this game.
No,
Now-
that's not right. Okay.
Can you
let's
give him a
go
cracker
over it
here?
again, so
Yes.
no one forgets where we buried the
Okay.
treasure.
Well, I wasn't sure if we had to go back to the beach.
To the dinosaur. Gee, Captain Marley, where should we bury the treasure? Head due east from the rocks to the X. Gee, Captain Marley, where should we bury the treasure?
Oh, there's the X. Marks the spot.
Okay, and we'll make a save here just for good measure.
Yeah. Because the last thing we want to do is lose it after all that cracker nonsense.
I do
And
like
this
that
would be
puzzle,
2
despite
years after the last crusade. Sorry, Narc.
Yeah, despite how annoying the bird is to listen to, I do like the way the puzzle progresses because there are good logical hints that aren't just straight up do this, but also aren't just obtuse click on everything with everything to get the solution. And it is a
yeah,
maze.
no, it's fine. It's just that the audio does not enhance the experience in this run with that parrot character in the way it behaves right now.
Thankfully, we're almost done with the bird. We're done with the bird. I think we're just finished.
Thank God.
Yeah, I
Okay,
think
now
that's a
can we
worse
shoot it?
parrot puzzle
That's the
than the
second
Fate
biggest
of
X I've ever
Atlantis
seen.
parrot puzzle.
You think?
Okay,
I
and
know.
so we've had a shovel forever.
Yeah, forever.
So let's just use it.
It was either that or the
I hit
dynamite.
cement.
Hey, A precursor
Cement.
to the dig.
Yeah, cement. So if the delivery guy's taking LeChuck his delivery, didn't raise any suspicions for you, then having this deserted island with a big X in it, and then you dig and you hit concrete probably should have been a clue. But we know we did something to get through concrete. How about that dynamite we saw in the crate?
There you go.
I don't think it'll do much good unless I light it first.
Oh, really? I would prefer to put
the match
dynamite in the hole and then light it, but all right, if you say so.
As opposed to light it and then throw it in. Speaking of throwing dynamite.
That's the last match.
I know. Quick, toss it. Speaking, though, of lit dynamite, do you know that actually on the set of The Thing in 1982, the scene where he's actually chucking that piece of dynamite at the end, that was real dynamite.
My grandfather's treasure.
Oh yeah,
How'd you
it
get
blows
over
him
there?
back. You can see the snow on the roof just fall right on top of him.
Yeah, he was literally throwing real lit dynamite in that scene.
So listen to the commentary track for that scene. It's hilarious.
So
It's
Elaine,
painful, I'm sure.
Elaine not only knew where Dinky Island was all the time, it is now going to come straight here, which we knew because the game starts that way.
Starts this way, yeah.
Oh, look, so there, okay, so like concrete with rebar in it above us.
Yeah, explain that to me.
That must be the treasure of Big Whoop. I can't reach that from here.
Yes,
and
you can.
And if you remember what it looked like in the game scene, we were hanging by a rope, which we have. So,
The rope, yes. I guess we're going to try to swing for it, and that's how we end up the way we do.
Yep, so you've got these twisted metal rods.
I don't think it'll catch on there.
And if you use the rope with the
There. I think that'll
crowbar, you get a grappling hook.
John Williams in a great cameo.
Yeah.
And you showed up about 3 days later. Will you help me now?
Anything to shut you up.
3 days.
That has to have been the longest story I ever heard. Oh dear.
Strong rope.
Big skull.
Real
Well,
Elvis
I
rope.
think that's what he landed on.
And that was our last match. Shoot.
Yeah, exactly.
And he was
You'd
never
be
seen
thinking,
or heard
oh,
from
well,
again.
the game hasn't loaded yet. Except it
Nope,
has.
you gotta light a match. Yeah, you're in the dark
Can't
again.
see a thing.
Boo!
Whoa!
Hello, Guybrush.
Where the heck are we? Aperture Science?
Now, again, we've got another hole, so presumably we fell through this.
Fell through that. Yeah,
and-
so, okay, why didn't they have the characters swap where you're under the hole and he's off to the side?
I don't know. It would have made more sense because he would have come in here,
Yeah.
but maybe that would have cut off your escape. I'm not really sure.
I don't know.
But this does look like, in fact, it's actually the same in design as the tunnels that connect the area behind the waterfall with the cave on the island off the coast of Fat Island, where you find Captain, the retired pirate who's got the one of the map pieces in his basement.
Hello, LeChuck.
You won't escape me this time.
I escaped from you before. I can easily do it again.
Not so fast. Even if you were to escape, I would always be able to find you again. We are bound to one another.
Like soup and salad?
Not really. More like brothers.
Huh?
I am your brother.
No. That's not true. That's impossible.
Search your feelings. You know it to be true.
No!
And I've brought a little surprise for you.
That was a good impression.
That was really
better
good.
than the prequels.
Yeah, that was the other thought I had, is that it was better than that too.
Do not want.
I think you being my brother is enough of a surprise for one day.
Perhaps, but humor me.
So, he's got a voodoo doll.
Is this gonna be anything like Pin the Tail on the Donkey?
Something like that. This is a voodoo doll, which I'll be using to torture you. And then send you screaming to another dimension, one of infinite pain. Observe.
I'll do anything, just please don't do that again.
Okay, how about this? That was exhilarating. Let's have some more fun, shall we?
Please, no more.
Okay, time to send you screaming to a dimension of infinite pain.
I guess we're going.
At last, I'm rid of that pesky little wimp Guybrush.
Hey, I'm alive.
Hey!
I thought I was a goner. Oops.
Strange. There must be something wrong with my voodoo doll. It was supposed to send you to another dimension, not the next room. Shoddy materials, I'll bet. Well, I guess I'll just try
And we can
it
imagine
again.
this is what he got
no,
from the
that's
from
okay.
the voodoo lady in the crate, along with the snakes, I guess.
I prefer to think of them as battling evil.
In another
In
dimension.
another dimension.
Okay.
Yeah,
so,
Trenarian says, great performance by Armato. Yeah, absolutely.
Yes. Yep.
Boy, what a jip.
So, this is what was in the box. So this is the remains of the treasure chest that was Big Whoop, and this is what it is.
It says E on it.
It's an E-ticket.
To ride?
Yes, exactly. It's a Disneyland ticket, basically. So what happens here is that we wander around to pick up the items that we need to solve the last puzzle, and every once in a while, LeChuck will catch up with us and do that thing again.
Now you're gonna get it.
Let's bury the hatchet. There's no need for violence.
I don't think I'll ever get tired of that.
Wait a bit.
I'm wondering if you can, like, stop him from doing that by throwing the love bomb at him.
No, but I think you can skip it like any other dialogue bit. So if you realize that, yes, you've been caught, he came in on the screen, and you just want to get back to having control, you can do
Lost parents?
Yeah.
It has that austere but functional look.
How do you lose parents?
Holy cow, these are my parents! It's my dad. It's my mom.
Becca says, yeah. Rebel
Boy,
logo.
that
Welcome to
was tough.
Epcot. Oh, ouch, that joke didn't age well.
Yeah.
No, it did not. Neither did Epcot.
Nice trash can.
Aww.
Oh, there's stuff in it.
Their
It's a
Coke
pair
can
of
was
surgical
fun, though.
gloves. It's a surgical glove. Where am I going to put a drawer? There's a syringe in here.
A desk?
Yikes.
And this was such a small area to click on to open this drawer. Oh, I didn't get it yet. Hold on. Okay, so now we have the e-ticket, 2 gloves, and a hypodermic. What else can we get?
Our heroin?
Dad looks a bit looser. Alas, poor Dad.
I hardly knew ye. A dad of intimate
technically
jest.
it's I knew him, Horatio.
Oh, well, yeah, see, but again, he doesn't know his dad, so I'm assuming the play on words.
Oh,
I also don't
dolls?
think his dad is
Root beer?
Horatio. Root beer.
Hey, there's only one balloon in here. One bottle of root beer should be sufficient. They're little generic Voodoo Key dolls. I'll just take one.
I would say root beer's like Pringles. You can never have just one.
Okay, so you can kind of see where we're going here. LeChuck's got a thing he's stabbing a doll with, and we've also got a doll.
Got our own.
And we also still have, from the beginning of the game, the Voodoo shopping list.
Something of the thread, something of the head, something of the body, and something of the dead.
And since he just told us that he's our brother, something of the dead would be skull of one of our parents. We need to figure out how and where to get other ingredients. Okay, grog machine.
It brings back painful memories. It's out of order.
So, there we go.
Never stopped us before. Whoa, hello. Quick, pixel hunt for that coin. Crap.
Wow, a 43 Steely. What a find.
We're gonna wedgie him.
Ah! Now you're gonna get it.
Hold on.
Now you're thinking with portals.
Hey, Guybrush, it's voodoo time.
It also seems to be quite common that he'll come at you twice, 2 or 3 times in a row, and then go away for a while.
At least he put you back where he initially left off.
Yep. Okay, now, we do have a balloon, and here, there's a bunch of drawers, but there's a helium tank.
It looks like it's been here a long time.
Great, we can make funny voices. Deca says, did that thing say Glottis on the side?
Oh, where?
On the side of the soda machine.
Oh, that just says grog.
Yeah.
Some of it looks like that R is definitely missing some.
It's an attractive green color.
Well, yeah, and the G on the bottom. See, it's written up where the G is actually kind of covered by the exit box.
Uh-oh, he's talking in helium.
Yep. I knew we could.
Stump Master Brand Stump Bomb. Guaranteed to prevent stump chafing for the active pirate.
Remember, kids, don't try this at home.
Oh, there's a monkey in my pocket, and he's stealing all my change. His stare is blank and glassy, I suspect that he's deranged.
Oh, that was great.
I don't know how many of these there are. This is obviously not the
ask
puzzle
if anybody's
use
done them all
of this object.
Now you're in for it, you bilious bag of barnacle bait.
So what would you call moments like this where you repeatedly do the same thing but get a different result? Is there a name for that, or for a term?
Yeah.
Stump Master Brand Stump Bomb. Guaranteed to prevent stump chafing for the active pirate.
Okay, so that's starting to repeat already. We probably got them all now. Okay, and off the recipe we now have dead and thread. So we need head and body.
Well, he's a zombie. He's going to be shedding hair
push
and
the little
skin
button.
all the time.
£900. 900
I said,
pounds.
I'd put a secret death there. You think?
Oh, is there a sign? Oh, yeah, here it is.
Doing too much
Service
helium
elevator.
ends up killing
1,000
you?
pound limit.
Okay, so the part of this puzzle here is that the sign says that the limit on this elevator is 1,000 pounds, and it's got a box inside it. It is 900 pounds.
And Guybrush,
Hey,
even with all those
Guybrush,
items,
it's
does
voodoo
not weigh
time.
100 pounds.
Let's not be hasty. I know you're upset.
Yeah, okay. So it's kind of hard to parse there, but what's going on is that LeChuck tracks us in the elevator, and we tried to hit the button or pull the lever, but the doors wouldn't close because the elevator's over limit.
Oh, so we are. Oh, so I thought the puzzle was get over 1,000 to send the elevator crashing down.
The puzzle here is not to get heavier, it's to get lighter.
Lighter.
Now, we already have in our inventory one balloon that's full of helium. But it also turns out we have other items we can use to fill with helium.
Of course. Of course.
And apparently they all fit in your pants. It's funny because when you saw the dolls there, I thought maybe you could actually like make some fake voodoo dolls of yourself and then like throw them at LeChuck, and therefore he would mix them up
Guybrush,
and not know which one's the real one.
Voodoo time.
There's no need for violence. Let bygones be bygones.
Yeah. So the problem with this is that like even once you've figured out what a puzzle is and you're trying to do it, he can
you still
come
gotta deal
upon
with
you
him.
and then see, and then he stops you from
Guybrush,
getting where you're trying to get.
It's voodoo time.
There's no need for violence. Let bygones be bygones.
Oh, for
now
crying
you're
out.
gonna get
Yeah,
it.
exactly. So that's 3 times in a row here.
Are you sure you want to do this? Let's bury the hatchet.
Man, the turtle puzzle in the dig wasn't this annoying.
Aha! Gotcha.
Let's bury the hatchet.
And I don't think you can do anything once he appears. I think that's just it.
You can't like pop in and out of the room real quick to escape it.
Don't think so.
I wonder if
Deca
this
says,
happened
nope,
to a player
real life
so frequently
physics.
that they actually gave up on the game.
I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, the frustration level, I'm sure, for some was rather high. Deca says, yeah, real life physics wouldn't allow this. Helium has a
can't we
mass
talk
and
this
weight,
over?
and just because it's lighter than air in the elevator doesn't mean that it weighs down the elevator. Yeah, question says, yeah, the problem is that the elevator is a central point. So what do? Get a...
Hey,
oh, too late.
Guybrush, it's
No, it's
voodoo
not, actually.
time. Hey!
Ah, so we get his hair.
Yeah, now the good thing about that puzzle is that you don't need to do anything about it once you've inflated the 3 objects. Just having them on you, you don't
right.
need to pull them out and put them in the roof of the elevator, for instance.
Right,
And yeah,
supposedly...
it doesn't work, really, but...
Well, yeah, the idea being is that you're now lighter, you're not pressing on the elevator as much, therefore it doesn't register
This
as not
is
being able to
hauntingly
move, and
familiar.
therefore you can do it.
It's still a bit... Because once you see him come up there,
Ooh,
it's
a
I would
circus.
have assumed,
I
oh, it's
love a
game over
circus.
again, without having to pull the lever.
Alright, okay. So, upstairs from here...
The warning tape says closed for construction.
Nice.
Deca's like, wait, it's Melee Island!
Gotcha.
Yep.
Let's bury the
Yes,
hatchet.
but Melee Island, as depicted as depicted in Secret of Monkey Island, not this game.
Great. Where the heck am I now?
Okay,
Back at the
so
parents.
we've got something of the head,
Something of the dead,
thread, and dead. So we need body. And this is another puzzle that you can really get stuck on. Because there's an item you've had in your inventory since a long time ago that we have not bothered to look at or use and never even really thought about.
When the tears
The
come,
white hanky?
shouldn't you be prepared? Stan's previously owned coffins.
This was a handkerchief we got from Stan.
Aha! Gotcha!
When the tears come, shouldn't you be prepared?
Oh, darn it. And see, again, if you don't use the item in a very short window, so it's almost better if we get ourselves set up and just wait for LeChuck
Wait for him to come in. Yep.
And I've seen a bunch of people get stuck here where in order to advance, they need him to show up, and he won't.
And he
Here we go.
never does. There he is. There he is. Quick, quick, quick.
It's voodoo time!
Here, try this. Now, isn't that better? Let's not be hasty.
Emma's so hurt.
And the only real hint for that puzzle is that LeChuck's been spitting when he talks the whole time.
Yep.
Oh no! I would never have picked up on that.
Yeah, it's not very obvious. Now actually I think
He almost should have had like some kind of sniffling sound action, periodically.
I think he can't follow us up to Melee Island, so if we want a chance to work in peace
I can't move it.
Oh, yeah, we can go upstairs, I think.
Now you're gonna get it.
Yeah. He can't come up here.
Yay!
Okay, so, Voodoo list.
Something of the thread, something of the head, something of the body, and something of the dead.
And if we remember how the Voodoo Lady did this, she basically put everything into a bag and shook it up, right?
That is correct.
Well, that's one ingredient. That's two ingredients. That's three ingredients.
Ah, yes, the used hanky.
That's disgusting. Now all I need is a doll.
Voodoo Dolls by Shake and Bake.
Okay, brother, watch out, because I've got my own doll now. It's positively pulsing with voodoo energy.
They're both playing with dolls. Deca says, note that the mother skeleton is without a lower jaw. Is that significant?
Aha! Gotcha! Oh, that's pretty good, Guybrush, but not good enough to stop me!
Well, it's enough to make you go away.
Hey? Oh, it's you! What, that again? Oh, look at me quaking in me booties! I laugh at you and your puny voodoo tinkerings. Aha! Stab the doll again! What are you gonna do now?
Take
Deca suggests root beer hypo.
I must.
A lot of people think
for
that.
you and your puny doll. Stab the doll again. I'm gonna kick your butt. What do you think about that?
You know, this doll reminds me of the stretchy muscle man I had as a kid.
Ah! You always were a wimp. You don't scare me.
I had one of those
Stab the
stretchy
doll
dolls.
again.
Like, I think a bunch of
What are you
people got
gonna do
thrown off
now?
by the fact that there was root
It doesn't
beer
hurt.
in the final room because that was the solution
doll
last time.
again. You think you're so
But that's
big.
not it.
I wonder what would happen if I tore the leg off this thing.
Ow!
Oh my god.
Yeah. Now,
Guybrush,
What?
come over here.
No way. I'm not that stupid.
But I want you to take my mask off. See the true face of your brother.
Forget it. I'm not coming over there.
You've got to see my true face.
No chance. It just ripped my lungs out when I get close.
No, I promise. Please, come take off the mask.
Leg or no leg, I trust you about as far as I can throw Manhattan.
I tell you, I'm dying here. Take the mask off.
you were already dead. Like, you were dead when we met you. You were a ghost.
Oh, all right. I'm coming over.
Gently now. Remove my mask.
What the... My God, you're my creepy brother Chucky.
What? Did you think I was kidding before?
Why have you been chasing me all over the place?
Our mother told me to hunt you down.
When our mother told you to hunt me down, did she actually mention killing me, or was that your idea?
Look, Guybrush, could you help me out? Stick the leg back on the doll, okay?
Will you promise to stop locking me in your footlocker?
All right, I promise. Anything, just put my leg back on.
Hey, you kids! You're not supposed to be in here.
Ah, so there you are.
Oh no. No.
It's even funnier now, given that the property ended up being owned by Disney at the very end.
Yeah.
And look how so little Guybrush has even got his little blue coat there.
Mm-hmm.
Little pirate boots. I mean, the boots do seem a little anachronistic, almost like your parents are also doing some kind of cosplay. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, Decca says, "Welcome to the theme park."
This is not what. This is. I thought that was. No.
Jail's mind is blown.
We're scolding you for running off. Your mother and I were very concerned.
Thank you for hunting down your brother like we asked, Chucky dear.
You boys didn't get in any trouble now, did you?
So, and this is another one of those things I think where you can choose anything you want, but I think the character doesn't say anything. So you can say, no, we're not getting in trouble, or Chucky tried to kill me, or I stole a bunch of stuff and caused 2 explosions. But I think no matter what you pick, he just says...
Huge explosions.
No, sir.
Yeah.
Good.
I wish you wouldn't run off like that, young man. We were worried sick. You don't know what kinds of murderers and ne'er-do-wells might be hanging around a place like this.
Ne'er-do-wells.
I'm Guybrush Threepwood, a mighty pirate. I don't have to worry about stuff like that.
Of course, dear. But please be careful.
Well, come on then. Let's go ride the madly rotating Buccaneer.
Yeah.
Big whoop.
And I do like that it got that pirate ship ride just in the background. You can see it just
swinging
coming
in the
up on the
background.
upswing. That's great.
And this
Yep,
doesn't
there's your
like the...
e-tickets, weenie gifts. Poor Jail. Yeah, he didn't see it coming. He was like, "Oh my
Well,
god!"
actually,
what
you
is this?
did. I mean, you did. If I look at what
To
you
a
wrote in
point.
the Discord, right?
Yeah, I mean, the hints were there. I'm not going to discredit
Yeah.
it. I'm not
My
gonna
ending guess.
say
This is the village where the story takes place in modern day. This is just an isolated area. Well, I mean, that part was wrong, but the idea is that this was a
Yeah.
contemporary story, not a historical one.
Yeah,
Guybrush is
but
just
the whole
pretending
idea
to be
that
a
these
pirate.
were kids in a theme park, it wasn't happening in real life and whatnot. And when you think about it, when you go back through the rest of the game and you're thinking, well, that sort of makes kind of sense. The root beer themed, the being able to bounce around between islands really quickly, and
the
all
backstage
kinds of stuff.
tunnels behind the waterfall
Yeah.
that also look like the
Yeah.
ones at the end of the game.
The water pipe,
Concrete at the
what's a
bottom of
water
the
pipe doing in
hole
the
where you find the
jungle,
treasure.
yeah, where strange people just kind of show up randomly, yeah.
I guess I'm just not a fan of a series where all those characters that you interacted with were just nada. The mayor.
Well, see, the whole thing with Chucky at the end when he looks at the camera with the eyes and stuff.
Hope LeChuck hasn't cast some horrible spell over him or anything.
The game also gives you an out if you choose to believe that, no, what we saw earlier was real, and what we saw just now was fake. Well, then that's
Right.
it is. LeChuck did a voodoo spell to make Guybrush think that they're kids at an amusement park when that's not the case.
So which ending
You can
is
choose to
real
think
and
that
which
as well.
one isn't?
I don't think that helped people who disliked it, but to me, those characters aren't rendered any less real by a fourth wall break.
Them being
ending
imaginary?
Yeah. Because
Well, I mean, look at Labyrinth.
The characters are
all the
already
characters in there were
imaginary.
imaginary.
Yeah.
It didn't cause a problem. So, and we get a chance to see them all together at the end. So yeah, I thought it was
That was
cool.
a self-contained story, though. This is a sequel to a game that kind of established itself as being in its own universe.
That itself breaks the fourth wall by referring to video games. I mean, like they already did.
Yeah.
Never pay more than
on
$30
many
for a video
occasions.
game.
No
Yeah,
kid
why
would
is there
know
a phone in
that
the
much
jungle you
about
can
a
call?
lot of-
I mean. Oh yeah, Deca says in the chat, goes, remember the dimension of infinite pain? Reality is infinite pain. So, from one perspective, that sort of makes sense. But I mean, all the Star Wars references and the Indiana Jones references, I mean, those were things that kids would have in the 80s growing up. So those all make sense. But yeah, no, I didn't have a problem with the ending. I mean, I can understand where people come from that might, but overall, I mean, the game is just so fun either way, whichever, story you decide to believe or consider as true or accurate.
Yeah. And we weren't intending, and I'm not saying we will, play Curse, but the next game basically starts out with Guybrush looking more like he did in Secret. He loses the captain's coat, and he's floating in the bay off of, I think, Booty Island in a Dodgem car, in a bumper car. And so they make reference to the idea that there was a theme park, but they don't come down on anything and say that was a dream or that was reality. It just, you just get the idea that whatever happens now, he's going back into a pirate adventure where the characters he meets treat the pirate reality as the real reality, not a theme park. He doesn't go home.
Now I
after
gotta
that.
watch. Now I gotta watch all those previews of the next game again and see if I can spot anything that would fit that, because I am understandably curious.
If you haven't played Curse, there are Let's Plays you can watch. Like, I haven't played Curse, but I did watch some people do a Let's Play of it. It's a totally different style. It's another art style, totally different from the new version of this, different
Either
from
the
the
other
old
one,
version
yeah,
of this,
newer or old.
different from Return, different from the 3D games. It's like a 2D cel-shaded animation style. And a lot of the way the characters are written are also all different than these two games and different from the later games.
So who's doing the whistling?
That's just the background music for the credits.
No, I was thinking of the actor. Which actor was doing it?
I don't know.
You think they're gonna have an actor credit listing for Whistler? That'd be cool.
I don't know.
I
was
don't
just
know.
curious. So out of all the games that you played with this Narc, this was definitely the one you've done the most. Is that just because of the era and the time, or it was because this one was your favorite out of all?
It was the first one. So basically, like for this, I played it when it came out. When people were putting Scum VM on Palm Pilots and Palm Trios, I played it then.
Yeah.
Then
I remember the trio.
Play this thing on a Palm Pilot. That's amazing.
Yeah, and then then the special editions came out on the Xbox, and so I played it there. So this, I guess, is at least probably the fourth time I've played it through.
Wow.
I've probably only played the first one a couple of times, and I've never played any of the other ones. I've never played Curse or any of the Telltale games at all. So the new one that Ron is doing, Return, will be the first game I've played after this, and since he's intended to be a sequel to this one, not the other games, I think that makes sense.
We'll have to do Starglider 2, so we'll get the same era. Actually, we got to do that. We got to do... I'm sorry, go ahead, Joe.
I'm sorry. I was just curious who's going to be voicing LeChuck since the original actor has retired from acting.
I don't
It's
know
gonna be an act to
who
follow.
they said.
Well, not only that, are they going to try to emulate his voice, or are they just going to come up with a different one?
I should check and see if there's an IMDb entry for the new game where maybe they say what they'll
This
be doing.
is
with
a
that.
Jedi lightsaber. Sorry, can't get over that.
Nope. Well, understandable. But yeah, no, I would love to do Starglider 2 and Obidus, because those were also two big games that we did for the Amiga.
And like I say, if you're still up for a point and click, I could zoom
Well, you know
by any
what?
of those games in a day.
I don't know that LeChuck is in the new game at all. I don't see a credit for LeChuck in the new game. And yeah, I see Elaine and Guybrush are in there. And Murray, which is the talking skull that was not in this game or the previous game, but in some of the later games, is credited, and it's the same actor. Stan will be back. And the Melee Island Lookout, but that's the only cast entries on the IMDb page for Return right now.
The teaser with the violin lady, that seems to be his ghost ship, right?
It's a ghost ship. I mean, I don't know. Again, it might not be here just because they didn't announce who the cast is for LeChuck.
Okay. Well, chat's blowing up, so give me a second. Tom says, yeah, Curse is wonderful. Yeah, Tails emulated his voice before having him redo it once the whole season was out. And Leah Crow's in the chat. Hi, Leah. Leah says, yeah, I only made it through once, and that ending scared me out of trying it. Trying it again in more ways than one. Sorry I couldn't make it today, by the way. Oh, no problems, no worries.
No problem, Leah.
We certainly hope that everything's well where you are at. Tom also says, yeah, he's in the trailer, etc., but voice is not yet announced or heard in the trailers. So we'll have to wait. I
was not
we'll
sure.
Have to wait and hear.
Yeah, I was not sure what they were going to do with that. So
I'm curious, because it's there's so many versions of this, so many art styles, so many different places this thing has gone. There's never been anything constant or consistent. It's been highly variable. So as far as the actor choices and where they're going to go with it, yeah, I'd be curious as to see what's next. Still, though, I thought it was great. New version of the old. Now, as far as the old and new graphics, which do you prefer? I know that Leah was definitely in the old school camp. I personally like the new art style myself, but to me, the voice acting is the most, thing that's elevated it more so than the original, because the hard part of the original game was there were no voice actors. You all had to do it in your own head and had to read along with it. So getting voice acting along with it, to me, I think brings the most to the game. So either one of the graphics I think would do. I happen to like the new art style though. I think it's definitely nice. What do you guys prefer? What would your choices be if your own run through enjoyment was
if I could play it with the new backgrounds and the old pixel art characters, I think that would probably suit me. I think a lot of people wouldn't like that, but that's probably what I'd want, because to me the characters are the old pixel versions, but the backgrounds are just like, oh, I see, that's the piece of art you wanted to scan and then they came out pixelated, you know? That's how I look at the new backgrounds.
Okay, so background quality up, original actor pixels. Now, voice, yes or no?
Yes.
Definitely voice.
Yes.
I think they complement the overall experience.
I would agree. So, Jail, if you had to play through it now, considering you've never done this before, you've only watched, which would you rather have as far as your gameplay experience?
Definitely the remastered. Even as being an older game than Full Throttle, there are some parts of the remastered Full Throttle that utterly disappoint me, because I was very keen on the details of the old style game, the animations and stuff, and I could tell there was way more care given to the remastered of both of these two Monkey Island games than any of Full Throttle put, and that just boggles me. But yeah, that's where I would go. I know, Narc, you love the original character models of the classics, but I get a kick out of that remastered LeChuck, especially his walking animation.
It certainly emotes differently, it certainly, brings a lot more to it. But I definitely get Narc saying about the backgrounds of it, because it enhances the world, whereas the limitations of the first one, they did what they could, but it still, has that lacking, pixel depth that the new stuff does. And with the new characters, yeah, I guess there was a question where people didn't like the direction they went or the art style that they chose. Because I think that was one of Leah's complaints, that she thought that the originals were the original artwork is the original, and that's what she thinks about when she plays it, and that's what the look and the feel that she enjoys, and I can understand.
And unlike a lot of LucasArts titles, at least we're given a choice to experience the original.
Right. Which is definitely nice. Because the biggest remaster that I can think of a recent memory that we were playing was the Halo one. Because when they added in those and the new levels and new designs, it was a whole big uproar about the new sound effects, the new music, the new art style, the new mechanics, the overlays.
Have you been following what's going on with Halo this week?
No. I heard a little bit, but I haven't delved.
Did they announce a season 2 of the show?
Oh, no, and I don't care. No, I mean, this is a community.
Yeah,
this is a community thing. A guy in the Halo community has offered a $20,000 bounty for the completion of one of the challenge runs that's never been beaten, which is Halo 2 Lasso Playlist No Deaths.
Oh, it's funny. There was a YouTube Lasso Halo thing up in my thing, but I did not watch it. Is that what that's about? Oh,
yeah, that's
okay.
what that's about. Rocket Sloth did a video on, hey, there's a bunch more activity going on in the Halo running community because there's this bounty that's been put out for doing this. So, the requirements are, you can use either the original game on an OG or Xbox 360, and if so, you have to collect all the skulls except Envy, which is the one that gives the Master Chief the camo that the Arbiter has. If you're playing on MCC, you can just use the playlist because those are the settings it uses. You have to stream it live, and you can use there are no other restrictions. You can use whatever glitches or skips you want, so people are skipping big parts of the game, but you have to do it in one session. You have to do it in one continuous sitting. If you die, you start over. I think the deepest I've seen anybody get is regret.
Really?
So as of this morning, nobody had gotten through it yet.
Okay, so the challenge is a single run through streamed live with all the skulls but Envy.
Yeah, Halo 2 Legendary Difficult, all skulls on except Envy. And there are a bunch of skips and glitches that I never even knew about, let alone never used.
Oh yeah.
There's one where if you put the character up against a wall and you aim down, you're actually pushing the hitbox for your head into the wall, and that's what the enemies use to target you, and they literally don't target you.
Nope.
So you can run around with active camo, run into a wall, put your head down, and they don't shoot you.
Nope,
you can just wait for your camo to recharge.
Yep. Oh yeah, there's all kinds of hitbox things that you can tweak because where the shots come from were always like marked up from your head as opposed to the actual weapon, and all kinds of craziness as far as the game design goes. Dale set his phaser to stun. So okay, all right. Anything we want to say before we bail? Did you have slides for our up and coming show?
No, I do not have slides since we only agreed on what it will be. We could just tell people we're intending to play Divinity next Saturday. I'll put a promo up as soon as we've got invites and stuff for that.
Hopefully Leo will be free.
LeChuck's there.
Yeah, it seems like
there's tons of artwork.
They've got a bunch of the designs, including the later ones. Like this is the here. Let me zoom in on this.
Flamebeard LeChuck.
Yeah, so this is the original Pixel LeChuck from this game. And this one is the one from Curse. And I guess these are the progression they went through before they came up with their new version, which is this. And some of these, I guess, must be concept art for the original game.
Oh. If they had a close-up of LeChuck zombie in this game. Wait, did they?
Not
I
really,
missed a
no.
game.
Oh, Leah in chat says, "Oh, I'll make sure I'll be there for Divinity."
Okay, cool.
Excellent. Right. Well, I
yeah,
guess we'll see you Saturday.
This must be one of the original pieces of art because this is late. This is dated '92, so this would be early year the game came out. So this is what their intent was. You know, the idea of like the pixel art is supposed to be a version of this.
Yeah. Is that a dead crow in his head? I think it is. See the feet?
Yeah, looks like it is. I don't know.
So not just
Weird.
feathers in his cap, a whole dead crow.
That's a nice detail. Ugh.
Oh, okay. And this is the retired
the ugly,
pirate
the ugly, and the ugly.
doing the contest rum and his cabin. And it's the Spitmaster. Oh, the Spitmaster's... Oh, see, now here, the original pixel art doesn't show it because it's not there. But if you look at here, you can clearly see this is like they're wearing a headset. They're wearing...
Oh,
they've got a headset mic on.
Which again, that would tie into the whole theme park ride announcers and other things that you would actually run into. Jill, you all right?
I'm okay. Are you okay?
You were, I don't know. You were emoting at the camera while pointing a loaded phaser.
What phaser?
I was beginning to worry. Yeah, no, I mean the whole theme park, concept and whatnot. And maybe if you look at the original, did they pull that? Did they change that? Did they think that would be too obvious as far as
I don't know. I mean, obviously it wasn't in the original because
Yeah.
there's simply not enough detail in the pixel art to see it, even if they had intended it.
Right. Well, or maybe, that side of the character's head just wasn't, to the viewer enough. I don't know.
I don't
but
remember
yeah,
in the new version whether you can see a headset there. I think maybe not.
Maybe the concept of the theme park hadn't been finalized at the ending, but they wanted to cover their bases, so that they needed a model and need to have some art available for it. I don't know. But it's definitely interesting, and obviously you could delve into this and, till the cows come home. It's such a rich series. It's been around for so long. I think there's tons and tons of fun. Deca says, yeah, Jail is droopy. I think he is. I think he's getting a little punchy. But that's okay, 'cause I'm starving myself. I got to get something to eat. All right. Anything else we want to say before we bail?
No, I think we're good.
Cool.
That was a fun
All
run
right.
through.
I'm looking forward to the other ones because I haven't seen any of the other ones. The first two I had seen playthroughs and I'd seen Narc play a million times, but I don't know anything about the subsequent ones. So when we get to those, it'll be completely new for me. Okay. All right. Well, thanks everyone for tuning in. We certainly hope you enjoyed the Rampancy.net playthrough of Monkey Island 2, Curse of LeChuck. And yeah, please feel free to check out all of our stuff on our YouTube channel, as well as our past and present stuff. And for anything that we're going to be doing, which is usually Saturday, 3 p.m., we're doing a little early at 2 p.m. now
2
to
p.m.,
make
yeah.
things available for Leah. So for those who usually here, check an hour early. We're going to be doing it from 2 to 5-ish. And for any upcoming changes with that, please feel free to check out our schedule at rampancy.net/schedule. So until next time, I am Blackstar, he is Narcogen, he is Jail, we are Rampancy, and we certainly hope to catch all of you next time. Thank you for watching.
Bye-bye.
What the? Is that a owl? Ah, curse you, old school adventure game. 1555 cheater.
LucasArts Games hint line.